right? Can we get stuck? Come on, AT&T, please. Right, left, right, left. AT&T, please, just please let me record. See, this is why I absolutely despise them. I don't understand Nintendo's choice in saying, hey, you need to be connected to the internet to play something you downloaded from the eShop. It wasn't like that on the 3DS, so why is it like this now? Like, once it's downloaded, it should be saved to the system. You shouldn't have to worry about stuff like this anymore. Like, why? What part of this seemed like a good idea? I'm so upset. I'm mad at AT&T for sucking, and I'm mad at Nintendo for making that decision. It's really stupid. And then I gotta get out of here in like 2 hours, so I gotta hurry. I gotta clean these shoes somehow. Come on, please! Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Please just go. I hate almost everything. Except Kingdom Hearts 3. That's really fun. I really like Kingdom Hearts 3. Get your hooves up, party starting out right now. Every pony, get down. I don't know the words. 21 on Friday, yeah, let's do this. Birthday of Rainbow Dash. You're on my bed now. I shouldn't be doing this above my bed. Why? Literally why? Oh my goodness. This is hell. I have 2 bars of Wi-Fi. Why are you doing this to me? Please, you are embarrassing me. Oh God. Please, just play. If I come back and you're not playing, I'm going to be very upset. Excuse me? Would you... Oh my goodness. I'm mad at AT&T and Nintendo. Thank God. Jesus, that was ridiculous. Oh my God. Diddly do, my diddlers and diddlettes. I hope your day's going well, and I would like to welcome you back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. I'm recording all of these in advance. Hooray! So now you guys all have to wait 3 extra hours to see the premiere of a video. Isn't that just wonderful? So last time we finished the day 1 investigation of Turnabout Samurai. So we will be going into the trial. Shouldn't take too long because we don't have a lot of evidence to go off of. But either way, it's still a chance for me to throw my voice out, so I'm excited. What do you say we go ahead and continue? We're going straight into the trial. October 18th, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 4. Oh. Oh! Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. If anyone yawns, I swear to God, I'm watching everyone here. If you yawn, I'm killing you, I'm killing your family, and I'm killing your favorite dog. I know you all have a favorite dog. I know you do. So you best not yawn, lest the Prince of all Saiyans kill them. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. I don't... Okay. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Very well. Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please.
The prosecution will show the court that at 2:30 p.m. on October 15th, the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, killed fellow actor Jack Hammer in Studio One of Global Studios. It is impossible for anyone else to have committed this heinous crime. The evidence presented during the trial will all point to this fact.
I see. Very well. I would like to move on to some testimony.
I would too.
Mr. Edgeworth, the prosecution may call its first witness.
Very well. I call a most familiar face, Detective Gumshoe, to the stand. I'm also going to take like a tiny break and say that one of the main reasons I really love this game is that it's not all about action and adventure. I mean, sure, there are some amazing storylines, but the main draw of this gameplay is that it teaches you to pay attention, follow your surroundings, take note of everything that people are saying. It builds on your cognitive skills. And there's probably other games that do that, like Brain Age, like that's specifically made to do that. And other games, like you can just learn that through the gameplay. Like, yeah, you have to learn when the platform moves up and down. You got to learn to pay attention. But this game, that is the sole purpose of it. But they said, we don't want it to be boring like the Brain Age games. Let's make this fun. And that's what I really like about it. It's also the characters and stuff. I don't know why I went on this rant. It's probably to stretch it to an hour long video. I don't know. Detective, if you would briefly describe this case to the court.
Yes, sir. I'll explain with the guide map here. To understand this case, it's important to grasp the layout of the studio, see? This here is the employee area. The actors did a run-through of their action scene during the morning here. This is the main gate to the studio. The security lady that works at the studios was here at 1 p.m. on that day. Past the security station, there's a gate, see? Past that are the studios. And here it is, Studio 1. This is the scene of the murder, where the body was found. Now on the day of the murder, October 15th, there were only 3 people here. The victim, Jack Hammer. The defendant, Will Powers. And the young woman, the production assistant. All the production staff were here in the employee area until noon. Then after lunch, the victim, Jack Hammer, went to Studio 1. Right after that, at 1 p.m., the security lady got to the guard station. Now, jump ahead to later that day, 5 p.m. The production staff came to Studio 1 to perform a rehearsal. Okay. Needless to say, the rehearsal was canceled. The time of death was 2:30 p.m. 2:30. The samurai spear found lodged in the victim's chest was the murder weapon. That's the case in brief. Anyone like to hear that again?
Should I listen to that whole thing again? Absolutely. We're gonna skip it. I think I can probably remember that. Hopefully. If I don't, I'm dead.
So the murder weapon was a spear? How medieval.
Alright, the spear was found stuck in the chest of the victim. It's oddly clean. Your Honor, this case is quite simple if you ask one question. And that question is, what did the security lady at the guard station see?
Understood.
Let's call the security officer to the stand. I see, we're just not gonna interrogate Gumshoes. That's cool. I don't remember her voice for the life of me. I'm gonna die. Will the witness declare her name?
I think this was it. It was the opposite of April May. See, because April May was down here, and I think she's just up here, so there's really no difference in the voice besides her being up high. My, aren't you a handsome fella? I'm afraid I'm a bit flustered.
Oh, yeah. Your name, please.
Oh, dearie, no need for you to be embarrassed. Just call me Grandma.
I would... If anyone tells you to call them grandma while you're deep in their guts, pack up and leave. Your name, please! Seems Edgeworth has a bit of trouble getting his witnesses to say their name. That's very true.
Wendy Oldbag, dear.
I hate.
So just call me Grandma. It's practically my name. So even when I was young, an old bag. Oh my God, I can't do this. Believe it, there was a boy at the cabinet of chest. They called me an old bag and trust I see.
Objection! I object to the witnesses' talkativeness.
Objection sustained. The witness will refrain from rambling on the stand.
I was just getting to the good part, dearie.
Perhaps we can get to the testimony.
No, the witness was stationed at the main gate on the day of the murder, correct?
Yes, see, I was.
And
Sebast, please, not Fortnite. Thank you.
And to get to the scene of the murder, someone would have to pass by you.
You know your stuff, dearie.
That's it. Final flash. You may begin your testimony.
She sure is one hell of an old bag. Witness's account.
On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 p.m. Poor old Hammer and the rest had been doing a run-through since the morning. I had some errands to run that morning. Anyway, it was 1 o'clock when I got to the guard station. I was at the main gate from then until 5. Now, the murder happened at 2:30 p.m., correct?
Yes.
Interesting to me because a certain man walked right by me at 2 p.m. It was Powers. That man right there, and he was heading toward the studio.
I want to try objecting to that immediately because you can't really see that it's him.
You saw the defendant then, Very well. Let's begin the cross-examination. Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor. We're still gonna hold her on a bunch of stuff just to be safe.
On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 p.m.
So up until that time, anyone who wanted to go into could. Sorry about that, Judge.
You're on thin ice, Mr. Wright. I will smite you down.
Yes, Your Honor. So up until that time, anyone who wanted to could go into the studio?
Well, there wasn't a security guard at the gate, no. But the main gate was locked, dearie. You need an employee key card to get in.
Do we still have it? Oh my God, we still have it. Right, the key card that I have. So what you're saying is no one who wasn't supposed to be there could get in. Was there anyone at the studio when you arrived at the guard station?
Poor old Hammer and the rest had been doing a run-through since they're there since the morning.
You're all on thin fucking ice.
A run-through?
They were working out a scene between the Steel Samurai and the evil magistrate. They got the basics figured out by noon and were used to the afternoon for practice.
I will give you all one more chance to stop fucking up your lines before I smite you with my cock.
Rehearsal was... What the fuck? Rehearsal was supposed to start at 5 o'clock. That's why poor old Hammer went to Studio 1 in the afternoon.
So Powers was in his dressing room sleeping when he was supposed to be practicing? Talk about a laid-back hero. If there was a run-through in the morning, why did you only get there afternoon?
I had some errands to run that morning.
What kind of errands?
Oh, well, you know.
Answer the question!
Actually, I was watching poor Hammer and Powers. Observing, you know?
Right, left, right, left. Observing? Weren't you supposed to be at the guard station?
Whippersnapper, I told you I locked the gate, didn't I? I did my job.
I'm not sure your boss would see it that way.
Anyway, I always watch hammers run through, always. Never missed one in all my years.
Am I about to run out of breath? Wow! I want to see a steel samurai run through too! You could quit being a spirit medium and take up guard duty. Not a bad idea.
Anyway, it was 1 o'clock when I got to the guard station.
There's gonna be a lot of hole-holding, guys. Just gotta get all the information out. Did you see the victim then?
Did I see poor old Hammer? Nope. He'd already gone to the studio before I got back to the guard station.
Tell us what happened next. No, Your Honor, please understand.
That's it. Your dog is dead.
I was at the main gate from until 5 o'clock.
So you were watching there the whole time? No breaks? Not even a second?
Of course! I'm a professional, you know? Or are you criticizing how I do my job? Whippersnapper!
No, it's just after seeing you eating those donuts in the guard station yesterday.
I can watch the gate and eat the donuts at the same time. Snipper Whapper!
I'm naming my dog Snipper Whapper.
And that's the dog I'm going to kill.
Okay. Snipper Whapper? Old Wimbag is losing it, Nick. Why don't you raise an objection? To Snipper Whapper? Okay.
So the witness was on duty during the afternoon the whole time. Very well. What did you see?
Now the murder happened at 2:30 p.m., right?
I mean, there's no reason to hold that.
Interesting to me because a certain man walked right by me at 2 p.m.
2 o'clock? You're sure?
Sure as spit.
Well, who was the man?
Really, you should try not to get so excited at your age. You might strain something.
You bitch.
Now, don't get your skivvies all in a bunch. I'll tell you who it was. It was Powers. That man right there, and he was heading toward the studio.
I'm about to make the biggest mistake of my life. Present. Oh my god, it worked! Oh, thank god. Let me get this straight, old bag. Miss Old Bag. You've been saying since yesterday that you saw Mr. Powers, correct? But you're talking about the man in this photo, aren't you?
Just a moment, Mr. Wright. Let me see that photo. What the fuck is this exactly?
None other than the Steel Samurai, defender of Neo-Old Tokyo. Miss Old Bag, is this the Mr. Powers that you saw?
Of course. Didn't your mama teach you any sense, sonny? Anyone can plainly see that's Powers, right?
No, they can't. Well, I mean, I wonder. True, Mr. Powers does play the role of the Steel Samurai. But that doesn't mean Mr. Powers is the stale samurai.
I know that. I wasn't born yesterday.
No one in this court is accusing you of that, Miss, witness.
He's having trouble calling her Old Bag, apparently.
However, you do not have proof that the person in this photo is Mr. Will Powers, do you?
Nosy old man. Of course I have proof.
What? Oh! Even Edgeworth is surprised. The prosecution would like to ask the witness. Please make known all the information in your possession ahead of time.
How was I to know everyone would be so nosy? You should all be ashamed, all of you. Anyway, I showed that photo to the young detective. He told me this isn't any good evidence, pal. He didn't even give it a second look.
Oh. Wow. Old Wimbag has left even Edgeworth speechless. She's good.
Let's hear about your proof then.
The man in the photo.
I never say anything I don't mean, mind you. That morning during the run-through of the action scene, I saw Powers trip and fall. He broke one of the props. It was a big mess.
You mean the samurai spear?
Apparently, he sprained his ankle pretty bad. Now look at that picture. You can see he's dragging his leg, clear as day. That's how I knew it was Powers. Happy?
That's pretty good.
So he had sprained his ankle. Very well. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
She's gotta be hiding something. I'll press her until she squeals. Don't do that, she's old, she might break.
I never say anything I don't mean, mind you. That morning during the run-through of the action scene, I saw Powers trip and fall.
Trip and fall?
Yep! And to think he's supposed to be the Steel Samurai, what a laugh! So, Powers sprained his ankle. I helped make it better for him, of course.
You helped make it better?
I kissed it where it hurt.
Let's just skip over that part, shall we?
Where was the assistant then?
Oh, her? She was cleaning up backdrops, I think. She didn't know about Powers' ankle.
You may continue your testimony. It does have tape around it. Let's press. He broke a prop.
Sure did. His own samurai spear.
His samurai spear? The murder weapon?
Luckily, I was there with my duct tape to fix it.
This strikes me as a significant detail. I'd better write this down in the court record. The murder weapon. A break in the shaft has been mended with duct tape. Alright.
Apparently, he sprained his ankle pretty bad.
Oh, I didn't mean to hold. I was going to check the court record. Right, left, right, left. Was Mr. Powers' ankle badly sprained?
Not so bad that he couldn't walk around. He went to his dressing room to rest up after lunch.
Thus, the nap.
Anyway, I saw him dragging his foot when he walked.
Dragging his foot? Okay. I think we've heard enough. I was legitimately trying to figure out, hang on a second. That's the guide map. He's dragging one leg. Matches up with the photo they've been showing us, okay. Wait a minute, wait. Yeah, that looks like duct tape. Alright. I think we've heard enough. Haven't we, Your Honor?
Well, there is one thing that bothers me.
Which is?
Where is that steel samurai costume now?
Actually, well, we couldn't find it. We're looking, though. Anyway, that's not important. The witness did see the steel samurai, yes. And it is clear that the person in the steel samurai suit was Mr. Will Powers.
I suppose that's right.
Are you sure you're sure, Your Honor? Object. Hold it right there. We keep talking possibilities, but we have to agree that this photo shows the steel samurai. Nowhere in this photo can we see Mr. Will Powers.
The defense has a point. I also wonder if someone else not caught on camera could have killed Mr. Hammer. We have to consider that possibility also.
Oh, here we go. Then allow me to remove that doubt from your mind, Your Honor. Will the witness continue her testimony, please?
No need to ask twice.
Oh my god, there's more! Leave me alone!
The time of poor Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m. true. The only person I saw go to the studio then was Will Powers. No one else went there. If they had, I would have seen them.
What about the grate? Okay.
So if no one else went to the studio, then it would have to be this Steel Samurai who did it. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Alright. Gonna hold her till she pops. The time of poor Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m. True? I mean, that is objectively true. Right, left, right, left. The only person I saw go to the studio before then was Will Powers. Are you absolutely sure? Oh, quite, Sonny. Nobody suspicious looking passed by at all. Nobody suspicious looking. Right. No one else went there. What about before you got to the guard station? You mean before 1 o'clock? Why, everyone was in the employee area before then. Oh, she looks like she is enjoying that food. Jack Hammer looks like someone else, and I really don't know. This man looks like a muscular Aaron Hansen, and that upsets me greatly. And I locked the main gate so no one could get in. Not to mention, if they had, I would have seen him. Are you sure? Is that all you're going to ask? Phoenix, the witness has answered the question. Anyone going into the studio had to pass by the witness. That's right, Sonny. You let him have it, edgy boy. Edgy boy? Oh, Old Windbag sure has... Oh, Old Windbag sure has balls. Or, well, you know what I mean. Old Windbag has a way of skipping over important details, after all. Or, for the matter, entirely forgetting them. How convenient. Something for you to look forward to, perhaps? What are we missing? 2:30. Person I saw at the studio before then was Will Powers. No one went there. If they had, I would have seen it. Well, I held the first one. I didn't hold this one. Let's press. How do you know that? Hey, didn't I just explain? I gave donuts to the young detective. And then, after some rubbish about being a secret pal, he told me everything. I see Detective Gumshoe shares his fellow officers' fondness for donuts. So what am I missing? Kai, please, I'm trying to figure this out. The only person I saw go to the studio before then was Will Powers. I could present the, I'll hold her on this one more again. You absolutely sure? Oh, quite, Sonny. Nobody's suspicious looking, right? I'm gonna save right here, just in case. I know I said I wasn't gonna do this again, and I would just accept my fate. But, I'm going to present this. I didn't even need to save. I was on a roll. Hold on. Look at this photograph one more time. It's not. It's a thing. It must be the time. This photo was taken by the camera at the gate for the studios, correct? Yes, sir, Sonny. So whenever anyone passes by here, it automatically takes a picture. This is the second picture. And here I thought you didn't know your head from a hole in the ground. Right. Anyway, it's also true that the computer in the guard station records all security cam data. Oh, you know, if you wanted to work at the studio, we might have an opening. That very computer printed out this photo. Note that on the back of the photo, it's printed the words, October 15, 2 p.m., photo number 2. I bluffed it, but I figured it out. Okay, that makes sense. Even I know that means it was taken at 2 p.m. on October the 15th. Really, Sonny? Actually, I knew that too. The issue here is the bit at the end where it says, photo number 2. Why am I turning into Reggie? Silzame.
Photo number 2.
The computer only held data for one photo on that day. Don't you think that's odd? Right, left, right, left. Shouldn't this photo be photo number 1 if it really was the only photo?
No. Order! Order! Jensen, who let you back in? You are blacklisted from this courtroom. What do you mean he was only blacklisted from courtroom number 1? I want him blacklisted from the whole fucking courthouse. Get him out of here. Jesus. Please tell the court what you mean by this, Mr. Wright.
Actually, that's what I want to ask the witness. This evidence shows that not 1, but 2 people went to the studio that day. Yet there was only data for one of the photos. Who could have erased the data for the other one? Only someone with access, the security lady herself.
Ed, you watch your mouth, whippersnapper.
I saw something else there. What'd you call me?
The only person I saw that day was Will Powers.
But the camera on the gate fired twice. That means 2 people went by.
Well, yes. That's what it seemed to mean.
Can the witness explain this to the court?
I don't understand these newfangled computer things. Edgy boy, help!
Oh, believe me, I want to, but I don't know what this means either.
Some help you are. You're a whippersnapper too.
Whippersnapper?
Something the matter, Miss Oldbag?
Ah, that's right! I just remembered something.
Let me guess. Someone else passed by the gate. Someone other than the Steel Samurai.
Well, yes. I suppose you could put it that way.
I see. Your testimony, please. I don't get paid enough for this. I want to go home.
Every day after I finish my guard duties, I have one other important job to do. I go through the photos recorded on the security camera and check them. I throw out any photos that aren't suspicious looking, you see? Come to think of it, now I remember throwing out one photo that day.
Miss Oldbag! This is the first I've heard of this!
Well, of course, Sonny. I've only just remembered it.
Right. Anyway, Mr. Wright, please begin your cross-examination so I may go home.
Well, I'd say this was a turn for the unexpected, but I kind of expected this. The other person. Okay. Not gonna say who it was, you're just gonna be like,
It was it. It was another person.
alright. Another job.
That's right. I checked all the people that passed by the main gate that day. I looked closely at every one of the photos that security camera takes.
Do you back up all of the security camera data?
Well, they keep telling me to, yes. But those computers are just so frustrating.
I see.
I throw out any photos that aren't suspicious looking, you see?
How exactly do you determine what isn't suspicious looking?
Oh, you can tell by looking at their faces, for the most part.
For the most part? This is a murder trial, Miss Oldbag.
Well, I didn't touch that suspicious looking Will Powers photo, did I?
I think she's missing the point. I am recording the audio, I was about to say, and I'm recording the gameplay, that's good. Are we already at a gigabyte? We're already at a gigabyte. Hallelujah.
Come to think of it now, I remember throwing out one photo that day.
Well, who in the heck was in that photo you erased?
A fanboy.
Fanboy? Chum Chum?
Steel Samurai fanboys, real freaks if you ask me. They get information about the rehearsals from gosh knows where. They're always hanging about. One was there that day.
Wait a second! Didn't you just say no one else could get in? I locked the main gate so no one could get in. Those were your words.
Well, if you must know, there's a drain that goes into the employee area. The grate has been loose for a while. It leads outside and, well, that's where they come in.
They come in through the drain?
I told you they were freaks.
Right, left, right, left.
Oh, and they're kids, children, whippersnappers.
Kids! So, on the photo that you erased...
He was a boy, probably 2nd or 3rd grade.
What?
Order! Order! I swear to God, I'm going to kill every single one of you if you don't sit the fuck down and shut the fuck up. Jensen! Jensen! You know what? Fine, stay. I could care less. That's why your mother abandoned you at birth. Let me get this straight. You saw 2 people pass by the gate on their way to the studios that day. One was a steel samurai dragging his leg. The other was a boy who looked to be about 2nd or 3rd grade.
Oh yes, well, we see his top there every day. Can't stop him, can't catch him.
A boy in 2nd or 3rd grade. I assume it would be hard, if not impossible, for a young boy to wield the samurai's spear.
Impossible, I think. It's quite heavy.
Right. As I said, I didn't pay him much mind. That's why I erased the data.
Nick? What's going on? I mean, the boy was there. That makes him a suspect. Yeah, and they're already trying to unsuspect him.
This court will take a 5-minute recess. I want the defense and the prosecution to consider this new information. And no forgetting vital information this time.
Ooh, October 18th, 11:08 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. Mr. Powers?
Yes?
Tell me straight. Were you really in your dressing room? You didn't go to the studio?
I didn't go to the studio. I was sleeping, honest.
I love his voice. I love it the most.
I'm very proud of my Big the Cat voice. We go,
So, who was the steel samurai in that security photo?
How should I know? The steel samurai costume was off in the corner of the dressing room. Anyone could have walked in and taken it, really.
What? You should take better care of that stuff.
I couldn't imagine anyone would want to steal a steel samurai costume. So, where does this leave me?
It doesn't look good. You're the only likely suspect right now. Nick! What are we gonna do? First, we play for more time. We'll start targeting someone else who could conceivably have done this. Right! And it'll take them so long to shoot us down that we can get another day. Right. But if we pick the wrong person, we might lose on the spot.
You don't sound very optimistic.
I'm not optimistic at all, actually. Hey, Nick! It's time! Okay, let's go.
What does that mean? Please don't sigh like that.
Sniffle. Grunt, grunt, sniffle.
Court will now reconvene for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. Mr. Edgeworth, will you present the prosecution's thoughts on this matter?
The prosecution's thoughts are simple. Nothing has changed. The other person who went to the studio was a boy of roughly 10 years of age. The photo we do have may not be hard evidence. But there is still no one else that could have committed the crime. I call for a verdict of guilty for the defendant, Mr. Will Powers.
Right, left. Very well. Mr. Wright, your thoughts?
The defense disagrees with the prosecution's claim. There is another person who could have committed this crime.
Order! Just fuck it. I don't care. Interesting. Let us hear who you have in mind. However, be aware that this court does not look kindly on accusing the innocent. If you accuse someone who is obviously innocent, you will be penalized.
Right. Great. As if the stakes weren't high enough.
So, who was this person other than Mr. Powers that he could have committed the murder?
Well, the security lady? Security lady. It was a security lady! Wendy Oldbag!
Who?
The Steel Samurai is dragging his leg in this picture. That means whoever was in the suit knew about that morning's injury. Maybe because they had been watching the action scene run through. There was only one person other than Powers and Hammer who knew about the injury. The security lady, Oldbag.
What? Whippersnapper?
That's it. I'm killing you, Jen Jensen. I'm strangling the life out of you with my own two bare hands. Order! Order! Is this true, Oldbag?
Oldbag? That's Miss Oldbag to you.
Miss Oldbag was standing guard alone at the main gate. She was by herself. In other words, she has no alibi. She could have freely left her post to steal the Steel Samurai costume. Then slipped into Studio 1, the scene of the murder.
Why would she go through the trouble of wearing the Steel Samurai costume?
Simple, Your Honor. She knew the camera was at the gate would take her picture. If she was in the costume, she could point the finger at Mr. Powers.
I see! Excellent deductive reasoning, Mr. Wright.
Oh, yeah, right here. Sherlock Holmes II, baby. That's odd. Isn't this the part where Edgeworth pounces? Doesn't he usually jump up with an objection with some new damning evidence?
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, does the prosecution have an opinion on this matter?
The prosecution has no meaningful objections at this time.
What? What's that supposed to mean? Oh, so you all think I did it? Is that it? Edgy boy, don't just sit there. Do something.
What's my move? Maybe now's my chance to take this the whole way. Press further. The very same reasoning that makes Mr. Powers a suspect in this case can be used to cast doubt on Miss Oldbag's actions that day.
But why would I do something so horrible to poor Hammer?
You forget that Mr. Powers lacks a clear motive too.
Indeed.
That did it. Now Windbag is one of the suspects. No hard feelings, I hope.
Wait just a minute. What about the other person who went to the studio? The boy, the one whose photo I erased.
He's only a grade schooler, though. As you said, 2nd or 3rd grade, was it? Are you blaming a child? That's it. Well, I mean, children are evil. He could. But still.
That doesn't matter. When I was that age, I could pin my old man in 10 seconds tops.
Your thoughts, Mr. Wright?
The boy is not the killer.
What? How can you be so sure? Oh, or is it you're nice to the kids and mean to your elders day? Whippersnapper?
I have proof.
Proof?
Indeed. Then let's see this proof, Mr. Wright. You have proof that shows the boy could not have committed this murder.
I can't say. Your Honor, the murder weapon was the samurai spear. That very spear is shown here in this photo. How could the boy have taken the spear? It's impossible.
I see. Well, would the witness care to comment on this?
The windbag. Speechless. This has got to be a first.
Very well. This court will suspend proceedings on the current trial for today. Mr. Edgeworth, please find out more about your witness, Miss Windy. What was her name?
Something old bag, Your Honor.
Then the prosecution will look further into this old bag before we continue. That is all. This court is adjourned. That's it, Jensen. I'm coming for you.
What? Wait a second! I'm just gonna sit here and run off barking up the wrong tree, me!
What?
I'm talking!
Oh, great. Stop the presses. The windbag wants to talk.
Miss Oldbag, what is this all about? Have you omitted something from your testimony?
Actually, if you must know, there's something I was told not to talk about.
Not to talk about? By whom?
Huh. You mean it wasn't Edgeworth who told her not to talk?
Well, testify.
Oh, my goodness.
Global Studios wanted me to keep quiet about something. They were some other people at the studio on the day of the murder. They said they had nothing to do with it, see? So they told me to just pretend they hadn't been at the studio that day. But if you're gonna go accusing me, I'm not letting them get away scot-free.
Miss Oldbag, this is crucial information. Why would you keep this from the court now?
Ain't you been listening? They told me to shut my trap, and I always do what I'm told.
No, this isn't a bad dream, Your Honor. Witness the power of the old bag.
Mr. Wright, your cross-examination.
We don't even need to, because now we know that there were other people at the studio. There's a whole list of suspects. That should be enough to let us leave. Global Studios wanted me to keep quiet about something. So you were told not to talk.
That's right, by the studio and the TV bigwigs, no less.
Why didn't I hear about this?
Don't be too hard on yourself, Sonny. We were all in on it.
I was not.
There were some other people at the studio on the day of the murder.
Who were these people?
Well, the director and the producer, for starters.
Okay. The director? We should have known something was fishy. How could they have done a run-through of their action scene without a director? Of course!
Yes, well, I was surprised no one asked about it.
So, where were these people?
The director was in the employee area all morning for the run-through. He joined the producer around lunchtime and they had a meeting after that.
Where?
Oh, in the Studio 2 trailer.
Studio 2? There's a Studio 2? Yes, Phoenix. Right, left, right, left. It's right there. They're probably about to show us. I probably didn't even need to go in there.
Well, if you look at the guide map,
Yep. Knew it.
here it is. You go through the gate and all the way to the left. The path where the monkey's head was falling over.
Well, Mr. Wright, would you like to continue the cross-examination?
I think I've already asked all my questions, but... we might not have to. But we're still gonna save and continue.
They said they had nothing to do with it, see?
Miss Oldbag, this is a trial for murder.
I know that, silly. Still, they were pretty convincing about having nothing to do with it.
They bribed you, didn't they?
And they gave me a little bonus on the side.
Yep. So you got your bonus and you still talked. I think I've asked all the questions I have to ask. Yeah, let's just take a break. Yeah, we're good. Your Honor, we have learned that there were others at Global Studios on the day in question. The director and the producer and some bigwigs were all present. Yet as we stand here, they have not been questioned. I hold that it is impossible to declare a verdict on the defendant, Mr. Powers.
The court acknowledges the defense's point. The prosecution will gather more information about the witness Miss Oldbag, and more information about these other people we have just been told of.
I understand, Your Honor.
This ends today's proceedings in the trial of Mr. Will Powers. That is all. This court is adjourned. Jensen, your life is over.
He really doesn't like Jensen, does he? October 18th, 1:04 p.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3.
Thank you so much, Mr. Wright. I was right to ask you to defend me.
Aw, really? It's nothing. Grin. Audible grin. Or should I... What? What does that mean? We'll be going down to the studios to do some more investigating. We have to find out more about this director and producer. They'll be turning up in the next trial as witnesses for certain. So now's my chance to get material for the cross-examination. So, Nick, have we figured out just who it was in the Steel Samurai costume? Could it really have been Old Windbag? What do you think, Mr. Powers?
I don't think it was her, really.
Neither do I, Nick. Yeah, I know. Look, I was just buying time back there. Someone had to be the bad guy for a bit to take the pressure off Mr. Powers. Poor old Windbag. I feel kinda sorry for her. Well, she wasn't winning any points in there, with or without my accusation. Okay, let's get down to the studios. Right! We'll be back to visit you soon.
Thanks. Thanks, guys.
Ah, that's sweet to be continued. Well, I say we made some good ground today. We have learned that there were more people at the studio than we were originally led to believe. And all of them are suspects in this murder. I just remembered who did it. Now I have to prove that it was them. So, with that being said, leave a comment down below letting me know what you would like to see me do next. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon to be notified of the next time I upload. Don't forget to join the Discord server in the description and donate to the Patreon to help How to Tube come out sooner. And with that being said, until next time, diddle out. Did I give enough time for the Patreon slide?